YouTube? Is it that time again? It's PSA time, eBay PSA. This is going to be basically an autograph alert type of deal. You know, my last PSA I mentioned that, you know, many of the autographs on eBay are counterfeit. And, you know, a lot of people are sending me questions regarding that. And I got a PM from the Black Lagooner. And Mark, thank you for that. And I give a shout out to him. He mentioned an individual who was involved in the counterfeiting theater of things, and I said I didn't recall the name that he gave me, but I found out doing just a quick little research online about this individual. One of his many aliases, he goes by many different names. Now, I have heard of Brian Burns, which is just one of many aliases of him, that he specializes in music related counterfeits, but he also does everything else you can imagine under the sun, including movies. This is actually his site here called Autographs America. I just wanted you to check this out because he has a lot of interesting pictures of all these musicians on here. And this stuff scrolls. Just check all these out yourself if you want. And then if you mouse over it here, the scrolling stops. You know, put your little cursor over. You know, they'll stop. Move it away. Now, I mean, you could just look at some of these images here. He has, that's, you know, the main man himself. Like he goes, like I said, goes by many different aliases, many different names. Major autograph scammer dealer. Here he is with the U2, you know, the band. Now, I don't know if, I mean, you gotta be blind. I don't know. Is that Photoshop or not? What do you guys think? He learned his Photoshop in prison. He is a major criminal. He's been convicted of many crimes. He's done, here he is with Shakira, supposedly. Anybody else think that's Photoshop? I mean, you could just tell by the lighting on his face and her face. It's two different light sources. And then, you know, just, I mean, it's ridiculous. And then the kids on a block. But he is in the, some of these pictures probably are legitimate. He's been doing this for years. Here's another one with him and Foreigner, which just, you know, just does not quite, the lighting, his color does not match their color. And actually the person behind the scammer also looks like he was photoshopped into the picture. It just doesn't match if you just examine the pictures carefully. Oh yeah, okay, let's see. This is from, like I said, his site, Autographs America. He sells over 1,000 different autographs every month, people. Okay, him and his cronies. He has people working for him. That's how successful he is. Here's a Crosby, Stills and Nash, and that, you know, also looks like he's been photoshopped in there. It says here, signed guitars, albums, drumheads, movie soundtracks, posters, pick guards, and more. Like I said, he sells everything, signed guitars that he imports from China. He had warrants issued for his arrest, and he has a Chinese wife. He goes back and forth from China. Oh yeah, he's supposedly in the state of Washington. Any of my subs in the state of Washington, please send me a PM right away. I want to talk to you. Okay, here's supposedly him with the Rolling Stones. Anybody say Photoshop? And then here, just Jackson Brown. Looks like he's been photoshopped in there as well. Just look at the size of the Jackson Brown's head compared to his. And then, like I said, the lighting is totally off. Anyway, that's probably his Chinese wife in that image there. I'm not sure. But like I said, he goes back and forth to China. And whenever the law is after him. But I just did a quick search, you know, online, and I found a whole bunch of his aliases, and like I said, I was familiar with one of them, and Here's another one. Just some of these you could obviously tell just by, I mean, probably you won't be able to tell with my camera, but if you go to his original site, you could see that a lot of these are photoshopped images. And, but if you want to really know the real deal about this scammer here, just go to this website here called autographsamericascam.com. Autographsamericascam.com to learn about his scam. And it lists a whole bunch of his eBay aliases. And he's on a lot of major trading sites. He's on a whole bunch of different sites. He is like, you know, scammers are everywhere. Now this site here does a lot. This tells you about a lot of stuff that's going on with him, all in one nice little place. He imports all his, you know, guitars and musical stuff from China, and here's a whole bunch of his other eBay aliases, and then 2 possible aliases in the bottom there. Like I said, he sells over 1,000 different autographed items for every month. He's been doing it for years, and they just show you just some examples here on the site. You know, with all of them come with the famous lifetime guarantee. All the scammers have that bogus lifetime guarantee and certificate of authenticity. And there's a picture of just one of these autographed guitars. Now, he's actually sold many of these, but this is just a picture of the autographed guitar in question that they're talking about here. And, you know, it's a Van Halen, you know, David Lee Roth and Eddie Van Halen, Alex Van Halen, and Michael Anthony autographs supposedly are on that guitar. And now it's been notarized by him, by the alias that I knew about him, Brian Burns. And he had the, you know, the letter authenticated, or, you know, and notarized. And plus he says here clearly that he got this in a show December 3rd, 1983. Now, another thing is, what they picked up here on this site, which is amazing too, is that these signatures were signed with gel pens. And gel pens weren't even invented until 1984, and they weren't even available until 85, and they weren't widely available until after 1986. So how did he get these autographed by Van Halen in 83, supposedly at a show? And you could just go down here. There's a picture of the scammer again. There's all kinds of complaints filed with the state attorney general. There's police reports here. He's been arrested many times, and he's served jail time. That's where he studied Photoshop. Here's all the criminal records from the Superior Court in the state of Washington. That's Brian, or Burkle, supposedly is his real name. And just a whole bunch of criminal stuff going on here. And then here they actually link to a whole bunch of other sites that that I've also found in my search about him regarding all his fakes and counterfeits. Like I said, he's very well known doing this. He sells, you know, thousands of items. Now here's another interesting item they show. It is a, you know, Beatles, obviously, an album with all 4 of the signatures here. Harrison, Paul McCartney, Ringo Starr, and then John Lennon right there. Now, the funny thing is, see, this is an actual Beatles reissued album. Now, this album came out years after John Lennon was dead. Years later. And somehow, this scammer got John Lennon to climb out of his, you know, resting place and sign it. Like I said, he's been selling many of these, lots of them over and over and over again. He sells lots of them. Like I said, that's all he does, sells counterfeits. And people are buying it. I'm not sure why people, like I said, you could figure it out. And when are you people going to learn? He was, you know, he could not have signed it. Dream big, people. Time's up. Gotta go. But just showing you. Dream big. Don't buy this garbage for nobody.